Here are some unique things about Des Plaines that you may not know.
I had no idea what a lot of people say, that there are actually horse properties in Des Plaines. Yes, there are areas in Des Plaines where you can own horses and board them. Now, it's the unincorporated, mostly unincorporated area in northeast Des Plaines. And why would they allow horse properties there? That's because there's some larger lots, larger properties out there. But also, it's right near the horse trails, believe it or not. There's a big section of the forest preserve, Cook County Forest Preserve, that borders and kind of splits some of Des Plaines as well. And there's plenty of trails where you can ride your horses.
And when we used to live over there, we used to drive the kids past some of those farms so that they could see the horses. And on occasion, driving out of the community where we lived, we would see someone riding their horses on the trails.
Yep.
And I had no idea until a few years ago that you can raise chickens in Des Plaines. And we looked up some things on what it takes to qualify to have chickens. First off, you have to get a permit that is going to cost $35 from the city. You also have to pass a certification class that will allow you to raise chickens. You can only have a maximum of 6 hens, and they need to be able to have a coop and a fenced area of their own that can be, I think, no more than 100 square feet around. And if you have that fence for the chickens, you still need to have a privacy fence around your property as well. So 2 fences if you want to have chickens.
Can you have any roosters?
Cannot have any roosters. Maximum of 6 hens.
And no slaughtering the chickens is allowed as well. That's one other part of the ordinance.
As egg prices went up and down, there was quite conversation on how many people might be ordering chickens.
No doubt. Other things I had no idea about Des Plaines. It is kind of a suburban urban area, but there are lots of outdoor activities in Des Plaines. As I mentioned, there's a lot of the Forest Preserve, Cook County Forest Preserve, that goes through and is adjacent to Des Plaines. So the river gives you opportunities. So there's also lakes in Des Plaines. So you have fishing, you have boating. You also have Lake Opeka, which you can do all that on. And there's also lots of hiking trails and horse trails, as we just mentioned. So lots of opportunities to walk, hike, bike, sail, canoe, kayak, fish. So lots of outdoors. If you're an outdoors person, you get the beauty of being so close to the city of Chicago and the other amenities in Des Plaines, but you also have lots of outdoor activities.
Yes, and I think your hiking trails can go from a short trail if you would like, but looking at some of the maps from some of the trails in the area, you can go almost all the way up to the Wisconsin border and almost all the way down to Joliet. So for longer distance, either bikers, hikers, something like that, there are all kinds of trails that would fit right into your ability level as well. Another thing that living in Des Plaines we have seen forever, but it might be a surprise to everybody I had no idea there was actually a log cabin in Des Plaines.
Yes, there is, right near downtown Des Plaines.
Actually, right next to a bank and a community of townhomes. There is a 1920 built log cabin, traditionally built.
The logs were brought in from Upper Michigan, if I recall correctly, brought down from the people who lived there and built the log cabin. So in the 1920s, I'm sure Des Plaines was kind of out there.
Yes.
So they built this, and it is beautiful. I've been inside of it. I've seen inside of it. It is beautiful. So if you want to see an authentic log cabin house, it's pretty big. I think it's well over 2,500 square feet.
Yes.
Come on out to Des Plaines and take a look.
It is on Center Street in Des Plaines, and on the 4th of July every year, the 4th of July parade goes right past the log cabin. Another thing that I had no idea about at one point was one of the first McDonald's was in Des Plaines.
That's right. The very first franchise #1 was right here in Des Plaines, Illinois.
And Ray Kroc lived in Des Plaines.
Yes, he did. Supposedly a neighbor of ours. Rumor has it. Some people deny that, but we talked to some of the original neighbors, and they verify that he had a home in Des Plaines.
Yes. Now, the sad part of this, I had no idea the first McDonald's franchise was in Des Plaines, is it's not anymore. A few years ago, they did tear down that museum. It was a great spot. It was only a walk up. You could order at the window, but during the tour, you could see all of the daily logs of what items were sold, how much was sold, actually what the weather was, and how that related to the business that day. It had a great museum in there that you could tour, but sadly, no longer there, so it only lives in history books and probably part of the History Center in Des Plaines.
Now, across the street where it was is an actual working McDonald's franchise, so you could see that.
Yes.
But unfortunately, McDonald's Corporation said the cost to maintain it and keep it going was too much, so unfortunately got tore down a few years ago.
Yes.
They can see the spot and see an actual working McDonald's if you want.
And the last one that you might have no idea is in Des Plaines is
Rivers Casino.
Yes.
The number one casino in the state of Illinois. It's been very good for those of us who live in Des Plaines.
Yes.
Supposedly keeping our taxes down because it attracts, I would dare say, millions of people a year. It's very busy. You can drive by and see how many spaces are open in the parking lots because there's green and red lights above the spot. It has tracks. It has all kinds of betting tables. It has a sports book. They have entertainment there. Besides gambling, lots of slots machines.
Yes.
And it brings people in 24/7, 365
It is
to the community.
a very large complex that is located on the south end of Des Plaines on River Road. And the interesting piece is if you cross over south just a little bit farther, you're into Rosemont. So I like to joke sometimes that those who win at the casino, Rosemont would be happy to be the place where they would spend their money because there is a great entertainment community in Rosemont that's just ready for winning at the casino to be spent over there. Both of our sons, when they turned 21 at 12:01 a.m., they wanted to go to the casino.
And
we threw middle of the night birthday parties at the casino. Of course, they did not let them in 1 second before they turned 21. But it is a great place, easily accessible from 294 and 90 to get in and out of the casino area very easily. But there are also other restaurants down there as well.
Well, there's actually
and restaurants
four
in
or
the
five
casino.
restaurants right in there. Some
Fine
really
dining,
good ones.
steakhouse down to burgers. You've got all kinds of options in the casino. So if you liked I had no idea these things were in Des Plaines and you're considering a move here, we are Joe and Jean Marella with the Spouses Selling Houses team at Keller Williams Realty Partners. We would love to help you make your move here, and we'd be happy to give you a tour of some of these options as well if you're in the area. Our information is below. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like more options and ideas about what's best about living in Des Plaines, but we would love to chat with you.
Thanks.